closed due to pandemic COVID-19, but we at Department of Law are working harder than ever to ensure learning never stops. In this constant effort, we initiated a unique concept of online national debate competition, which received stupendous response from Pan India with participation of 52 teams from esteemed institutions. The experience of conducting debate virtual way is a novel approach, which was experimented with and come out with flying colors. This proves that we succeed only when we evolve and are willing to leave our comfort zones. This achievement would not have been possible without the help, support, and guidance of our management. They have given us the courage to dare, the knowledge to excel, and the belief that we can succeed. So now I would like to invite Dr. Devish Jain sir, President, Prestige Group of Industries and Vice Chairperson, Prestige Education Foundation, to enlighten this august gathering by his golden words. We welcome you, sir.
Namaskar and a very good afternoon, respected guest of honor for this valedictory session, Advocate Bharat Chugh, who's the former judge and the partner of Luthra and Luthra, the renowned law firm, invited guest, Advocate Abhinav Garg and Advocate Pawan Reddy, who are also renowned lawyers practicing at Supreme Court, Advocate Purvi Jain from a very well-known law firm, Khaitan and Company. This eminent jury for adjudicating this doctor named N. Jain National Debate Competition, which is organized by Prestige Institute of Management and Research, Department of Law at Indore. I thank you with the utmost sincerity to have taken time out to be with us on this hour of our happiness on a Sunday afternoon. I must appreciate the leadership of Dr. Nishant Joshi, the faculty and the staff of PIMR Department of Law for making this debate competition a grand success. We had the honor of two luminaries of the judiciary to bless the event at its inaugural ceremony yesterday. Justice Mohan Paris, Chief Justice, the former Chief Justice of Sri Lanka, and Justice Iqbal Ahmed Ansari, the former Chief Justice of Patna High Court. The 2 days event has been a success even beyond my own expectation. 52 participants and hundreds of live viewers spent 2 very enriching days glued on their mobile phones and laptops. I congratulate all the participants for their brilliant exposition, both for and against the motion of whether COVID-19 testing should be free or not. Truly a very remarkable trait needed for a career in advocacy. While all of you were winners, in my view, every game has set of rules, and we followed the Lincoln-Douglas pattern at this debate competition. The rules also stipulate selecting winners. Through the process, our jury would have certainly found and adjudged the best debater in this 2-day event. Friends, debating is not merely deploying language to convey a thought. Debating involves a great amount of empathy. It requires understanding of one's environment. Debating needs that we skillfully argue without being offensive, and finally, a temperament to keep a cool head. Congratulations to the winners of this debate competition. With these words, I hand over the proceedings back to the organizers. Jai Hind, keep safe.
Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable inputs and kind words. Now I would take this honor to read out profile of Mr. Bharat Chugh, who is a former judge and partner of Luthra and Luthra. Mr. Bharatchuk graduated in law in 2011 and practiced independently as a litigator for about 2 years. In 2013, at the age of 23, he secured first rank in the prestigious Delhi Judicial Service examination and joined as the youngest civil judge, metropolitan magistrate in his batch. He was trained both at the Delhi and the National Judicial Academy and served in various civil and criminal assignments in 3.5 years of his judgeship. In 2016, he permanently resigned from his judgeship in order to return to his practice of law. He is a partner at L&L and he advises and represents the client on national and international issues. Also, he is a member of Young SIAG, that is in Singapore International Arbitration Center. Sir has keen interest in academics and often called to judge national and international moot courts and workshops as well. Sir is extremely passionate about writing columns, articles, and interviews. Until now, he has written more than 25 articles on legal issues. Sir is a practitioner of many areas like international commercial arbitration, corporate compliance, including anti-corruption matters. Sir was also featured as one of the rising stars on the Indian legal scene by LexisNexis in the book titled On the Rise, Inspiring Stories of Young Lawyers Professionals in India. It was published in 2018. INBA recently awarded Bharat Sir as the Young Lawyer of the Year award in 2018. We welcome you to the Department of Law, sir.
Thank you, Deepa, for that very, very kind introduction. I am hardly worthy of most of this. The problem with great introductions is that you have to work very hard to then measure up in the next 10 minutes of the speech that I'm going to give. But thank you so much, and thanks for having me. It's an absolute delight to have been invited as a guest of honor for this amazing debate that you organized. I hope that you continue to provide such great opportunities to students, regardless of the logistical difficulties. And I really hope that this trend sort of catches on and other people also organize events such as this, because it is excellent experience for the participants. I also had the great opportunity of judging the final rounds, and the candidates were amazing. They were confident, they were structured in their arguments. They took debate as a form of truth seeking, which is the way it should be. There was a lot of dialectics. And as you said, although we would not, or we did not have the issue settled finally, but we did have the pleasure of hearing people debate. And that clash of ideas did clarify a lot of things for me, at least. So really like that, great quality. People kept to their time. It almost reminded me of how we like to do it in our chambers or how we do it in the court. My lawyer friends on the panel would agree that on a Monday or Friday at the Supreme Court, you would normally only have 10 seconds or 15 seconds on a good day to make a powerful argument in your favor for your petition to get admitted. So the debaters today really, told us that they are up to the mantle and they kept to the time. Most of their arguments were packaged so finely. They made all the points, but they were so precise and concise in their arguments. They almost structured it like elevator pitches, where they understood that you have to sell the sizzle first and the steak and the rest of the meal can wait. And they gave it to us loud and clear within time. And that really was pretty amazing and very, very mature for people their age and experience. So very good. The arguments are very convincing. I could also see a lot of debaters actively preempting the arguments of the opposite side. And that I thought was very, very wise and crafty, because once you preempt the argument of an opponent and you give it your own tilt and your color and you take the wind out of the opponent's sails, that was at full display throughout the debate, and that was excellent. I must also congratulate you on the choice of topic. I don't think there is anything that's more important in today's day and time with the crisis that we are facing. The participants did complete justice. They gave me what I needed from the debate. They could present the two competing ideas, the idea of proper capacity building, the idea of getting the private sector on board, the idea of keeping the right incentives for the private sector for us to be able to augment capacity and take the testing to the last man. That was argued by the participants. And on the other hand, the other side was also well represented with great arguments of corporate social responsibility, philanthropy, access, constitutional rights, and the fact that at a time like this, we really need to regulate and look at this a little strictly, and this can never be left to market forces itself. And at some point, the state has to come in to give the necessary medical aid to people at large, and to ensure that there is no profiteering and there is some amount of transparency to the whole thing. So both sides were very well represented. Now we all agree that we are nowhere close to the testing numbers that we should have. And with all these arguments, we sincerely hope and believe that in this moment of crisis, everyone would sort of rise above themselves and work in a complementary way, where we need the government and the private health facilities in order to tide over this crisis. And as in any crisis, let's not let this great crisis go to waste, and learn from it and come out stronger. And that was the feeling and sentiment that was clear throughout the debate. A few words on the future. There are a few aspiring lawyers listening in. Many of the participants I've heard are law students. To them, my message would be that don't get disheartened. You just got an excellent opportunity, and with all those webinars happening, you're getting the opportunity to sit at your home and have a conversation with some of the best people in the business. The top legal counsels in the country are talking to you. The top judges are talking to you, sharing their experiences. Please make the maximum of that. We as lawyers, have a problem where we are sort of change resistant. We love the status quo too much. As lawyers, we are always, and Purvi and Pawan would agree, that we as lawyers are always sort of looking back to precedent, to custom, how it has been done in the past. But this is a time where a disruption has happened, when there is no past really to look at. It can't be the way that it was going on so far. We have to look at new ways and means to file our bail applications, do arbitration, research differently, connect with clients differently. So in a profession that is so change resistant, now the profession is made to sit up and think. And it is thinking well. I mean, I'm happy with the kind of stuff that has happened the last few days by law firms and universities, where everyone is demonstrating themselves to be very, very forward looking. And I get a lot of law students asking me what I mean, I'm graduating this year, or I'm going to graduate next year with the economy down in the dumps. What are the opportunities for me? To them, my message is very, very clear. A couple of years back, people thought that the M&A sector was not doing too well. People are not investing in India. The bank NPAs are rising, and we are not creating enough job opportunities. Lawyers who were on the corporate side were reasonably concerned on what's going to happen. And then with all those rising NPAs came the IBC, the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Court. And that turned out to be the biggest practice area for lawyers and the biggest revenue churner for firms. So the point that I'm trying to make is, don't lose heart. Whenever there is a crisis, at least for the legal profession and a couple of other professions, there are opportunities there. And even in this environment, you have great opportunities of advising clients on contractual issues, on force majeure issues, on employer-employee relations, on regulatory issues, on constitutional issues, personal liberty matters. All of that stays relevant and would continue to stay relevant. Here, the only thing that would make a difference if you survive or not is your ability to adapt to a different practice area, your ability to grab a new skill and serve wherever there is a vacuum in the market. And so with that, I'm full of hope. Thank you very much for giving this opportunity to me. I really appreciate what you guys are doing. Keep up the great work. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your insights on the debating skills and your guidance to the aspiring lawyers who are in this legal profession and who continues to be and work hard for a better profession and better career in legal fraternity. Now, I would like to invite Mr. Pawan Relay, who is an advocate, Supreme Court of India, and founder of NIEV Judicial Academy, to address the audience. Welcome you, sir.
Okay, thank you so much. Learned speakers, Mr. Chugh, Mr. David Jain, Ms. Purvi, Mr. Abhinav, Dr. Nishant, Mr. Khare, ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon. As other speaker, Mr. Chugh has already set a tone that although we are going through the ravages of pandemics, and pandemics have also thrown certain opportunities, and given that we had such a beautiful debate competition comprising the brilliant young minds across the country, giving the rainbow arguments for and against that whether free medical test for COVID-19 is justified or not. We need to think at this stage that what is it that future is going to look like after pandemics, and what we as an advocate, as a judge, as faculty, as a student, as an engineer, as a doctor should do. So first of all, the world is going to change anyway, whether it was for COVID-19 or the world is changing because of the fourth industrial revolution. We may see that artificial intelligence is here. Whether we want or not, dreams are becoming the reality. In future, robotics, as we know, are going to take over most of the jobs. Therefore, we as an advocate, judges, faculty, students have to be future ready. Now the question is, what is that future ready is going to look like? What are those skills required post-pandemics and post-fourth industrial evolution? There are so many studies conducted by the prestigious universities and many institutions which have revealed that there are certain skills which will be done by humans only and not by machines. And most of them, and most of the common skills which we can say are first, the complex decision making, second, critical thinking, negotiations, judgment and decision making, and cognitive flexibilities. And these are the qualities what debate includes in itself, all the 5 qualities. And it's really abstract to gather such courage and conscience of young minds in this difficult period. I thank a Department of Law, Prestige Law College to do so and give all of us an opportunity to develop the skills of complex decision-making, critical thinking, negotiation, judgment, decision-making, and so on, which will not be seized and cannot at any stretch of imagination be seized by the robots in future. I also would like to add that it does not, my message to the participants is that it does not matter that who's winning in these 5 minutes of speaking, because these 5 minutes cannot determine that who's the winner and who's the loser. But these 5 minutes has given all of us an opportunity to enlighten a talent, enhance our dexterities and elevate our personalities. I just want to conclude by saying that please remember, past may belong to leaders who did things well, but future is going to belong to those leaders who not only do things well, but also do the things right. So thank you so much, and congratulations to the participants, organizing team, especially Mr. Khare, who was in continuous touch with me and giving all the detailed information which I required. So thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you so much, sir, for your kind words and your valuable inputs. Now I would like to invite Mr. Abhinav Garg, Advocate, Supreme Court of India, partner, Legit Eye Law Firm, Delhi, to address the audience.
Thank you, Deepa.
Welcome, sir.
A warm good afternoon to each and everyone present here. I am deeply delighted to have been invited in Padma Shri Dr. N. Jain National Debate Competition. I am thankful to the administration, Dr. Nishan Joshi, Shri Shubhan Khare for inviting me. As we all know that the situation, the current economic crisis caused by outbreak of COVID-19 has resulted in the halt of almost all the activities, and which is unlikely to resume to normalcy very soon. However, given this scenario, we cannot afford to lay back, look around and stop growing. Hence, this recreation by the faculty members, especially Mr. Shubhan Khare of Department of Law, PIMR, had come up with this online debating opportunity for law students, where students could engage themselves without going to college. This is a perfect example of quote which says, every adversity contains within it the seeds of opportunity and growth. Challenge and adversity are meant to help you know who you are. Storm, hit your weakness, but unlock your strength. Accordingly, Department of Law, PMI created this opportunity for the law students who can unravel their debating skill by sitting at home, for whom otherwise would have been difficult to participate at this point of time. I had judged 2 of the debate rounds and have observed that the students were amazing. They are well prepared and confident enough to debate with content and skills. And I should congratulate them for grabbing this opportunity of online debating. I would say this online debate competition was well organized and managed by the committee members, including all the student members of this competition who had worked tirelessly for success of this event. I also participate the efforts taken by Department of Law PIMR Indore for creating this opportunity for future lawyers of India by conducting such activity virtually. This is an opportunity. Lastly, I wish all the luck to all the students who participated in the competition and waiting for result. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for sparing time for adjudicating our rounds and for guiding our students. Now, I would take this opportunity to invite Ms. Purvi M. Jain, Associate at Khaitan and Company, Bangalore, to share her views and experiences. We welcome you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. So I think we've already had 3, 4 very good speakers, and I mean, I think I'm being the junior most. I wouldn't take much time, but I really wish to thank PIMR Department of Law for a commendable job. Especially, I think I've troubled Shubhang a lot, and I mean, I think it's the rigor, the commitment, and the need for coming up with something that is so which is the need of the hour. The students all the students who participated were they were so clear with the thought, and I'm very happy that all of these a platform like this is essential for each one of us to kind of portray our talent, showcase our talent, to have clarity of thought process, and to understand the whole situation better. I think even I learned a lot from each of these participants. I had the opportunity to judge one of the rounds and some of the content submission. It's just it's humbling to see how each one of them are put in their thoughts, understand, have a different perception, and I think that is what is important. As a young budding lawyer, like, all I can say is this is what will keep you all going. And each participant, of course, we had to judge one of the two to be the winner, and but I must say that each of the arguments were flawless. Maybe because of certain technical technical points, we had to probably give one over the other, but I think the understanding and depth of the debate was really good. I mean, I've just to not to harp, but I've seen a lot of I was a mentor myself when I was in London doing my LLM, and those I used the training for debate starts at a very young age there, and I had the opportunity to mentor primary and secondary school students. The kind of platform that you are providing, that the Department of Law has provided, is essential, more so in the kind of era that we are, the competitive nature of each one of us. And it gives me some kind of a assurance that I think we will continue doing better as lawyers and as as members of the society. So thank you so much. It was an honor, and I'm proud to be on this platform. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It was indeed our pleasure to have you with us. Proceeding further, now I would like to invite Mr. Shubhang Khare, Faculty Coordinator of National Debate Competition and Assistant Placement Officer, Department of Law PIMR, to read out event report.
Thank you, ma'am. A very warm welcome to one and all present here in the valedictory ceremony, Padma Shri Dr. N. Jain National Debate Competition. Here is the report of two-day event. Department of Law, Prestige Institute of Management and Research, Indore, two-day National Debate Competition named after Honorable Padma Shri Dr. N. Jain, who is also our founder chairman. On the eve present pandemic line condition caused due to COVID-19, we formulated the topic of this debate: is free medical testing of COVID-19 in India justified? This debate was conducted to enhance the debating skills of the students irrespective of the current pandemic. There were 52 participants from various esteemed universities across India, from Maharashtra, National Law University, Maharashtra, Christ deemed to be University, Lavasa, Pune, MIT, Pune, Rizvi Law College, Mumbai, from Karnataka, School of Law, Bengaluru, Alliance School of Law, Bengaluru, IFIM Law School, Bengaluru, from Rajasthan, Vanasari Vidyapeeth, Jaipur, MLSU, Udaipur, from Madhya Pradesh, Jagran Lake City University, Bhopal, MET, Gwalior, GNLC, Indore. From Uttar Pradesh, we have Law School, Banaras Hindu University, Asian Law College, Noida, Harlal School of Law, Greater Noida, Sunbeam Women's College, and from Delhi, we have University of Delhi, Motilal Nehru College, Delhi University, Ramjas College, University of Delhi. From Tamil Nadu, SRM College, Government Arts College. From Uttarakhand, University of Petroleum and Energy of Study. From Himachal Pradesh NLU, Telangana, Symbiosis Law School, Hyderabad. From Bihar, CNLU, Patna. And from Andhra Pradesh, we have BSNLU, Visakhapatnam. And from Odisha, Xavier College, Bhubaneswar. And from Gujarat, LJ School of Law. The debate followed the amended version of Lincoln Douglas format, that is one-to-one debate. As it is one-on-one debate, one will speak for the motion and the other one will speak against the motion. The competition started with the inaugural ceremony, where all the cheerful minds of this competition were eager to listen to the honorable guests who were present for the inaugural. In this well-known debate competition, we had the following guests with us: Honorable Justice Mohan Paris, former Chief Justice of Supreme Court of Sri Lanka, started the debating sharpens the skills. Law is full of languages. Sir has compared situation of India with other countries like Vietnam, and also stated that why discussion on the topic is free medical testing of COVID-19 in India justified is important. Also, Sir has mentioned the judgment of Honorable Supreme Court of India, which has given a decision whereby all the private testing laboratories in India should test for free, and also he asked to reconsider the judgment as to safeguard the interest of such laboratories. Honorable Justice Iqbal Ahmed Ansari, Chairperson of Punjab State Human Rights Commission and former Chief Justice of Patna High Court, mentioned in his speech that in the earlier time, the country India was ruled by the king. However, soon after the changing times, when democracy and communism came into existence, welfare state came to be known, wherein the government worked for the welfare of its people. Sir also mentioned a question that under such a pandemic scenario, should the state ideally maintain testing free for all? Now, Dr. Davesh Jain, President, Prestige Group of Industries and Chairman, Prestige Education Foundation, talked about our law department, wherein he started his journey of 5 years. Lockdown with economic disruption due to invisible virus known as COVID-19 has hindered India from achieving the goal of 5 trillion economy. According to him, challenge is not only for economic financial condition but also for humanitarian grounds as well. Sir, in his speech, even stated that Honorable Narendra Modi ji declared law as fifth pillar of democracy in his speech, owing to which Sir stated that in light of this statement, law and legal profession are great for future. Further, Dr. Nishant Joshi, in charge Department of Law, PIMR Indore, thank all aforementioned institutions for their participation and honorable guests. Further, the vote of thanks in the inaugural ceremony was bid by Dr. Anil Bajpayee, Sir, Chief Operating Officer, Prestige University Project. Now, about the competition. The competition consists of 4 rounds. Prelims round, which consists of 52 participants, adjudicated by Ms. Anushri Bardhan, Advocate, Supreme Court of India, Advocate Abhinav Garg, Partners, the Ajit I Law Firm, Delhi, Ms. Amrita Jain, Associate at Singhania and Company, LLP, Bengaluru, Ms. Archana Nair, Legal Manager at ICICI, Ms. Utkarsha Nikam, Associate at Tanga and Company, Mumbai, Ms. Sonal Bhargav, Associate at S&R Associates, Mumbai, Ms. Anuradha Goyal, Legal Manager, L&T Financial Services, Mumbai, Mr. Rohit Dubey, Partner, JMVD Legal, Indore, and Mr. Vishwajit Panda. After that, 8 participants were qualified for quarterfinal round, who were Ojashni Ojha, Ramjas College, University of Delhi, team code DEP 36, Yashashini Shukla, Sunbeam Women's College, Varanasi, team code DEP 41, Shloka Dikshit, DSNLU, team code DEP 34, Asin Bakliwal Jain, Amity University, team code DEP 29, Neha Vinod, Ramaiya College of Law, team code DEP 19, Mohammad Imran Ahmad, Harlal School of Law, team code DEP 20, Anurag Sharma, University College of Law, MLSU Udaipur, team code DEP 15, and last Gururaj Bhatt, Shri Prasanna College of Law, team code DEP 10. Quarterfinal round were adjudicated by Mr. Pavan Rele, Advocate at Supreme Court of India, Mrs. Ananya Bharadwaj, Research Scholar, Competition Commission of India, Mr. V.C. Vincent, Legal Counsel in Mobi, Bengaluru, Mr. Amit Maurya, Associate at Cyril Amarchand Mangaldas, Bengaluru. After the completion of quarter-final round, 4 participants were shortlisted for semi-final round, who were Ojashni Ojha, Ramjas College, University of Delhi, team code DEP 36. Second, Yashashni Shukla, Sunbeam Women's College, Varanasi, team code DEP 41. Mohammad Imran Ahmad, Harlal School of Law, team code DEP 20. And last, Neha Vinod, Ramaiya College of Law, team code DEP 19. Semi-final round were adjudicated by Ms. Purvi M. Jain, Legal Associate, Ketan and Company, Bengaluru, and Mr. Pavan Rele. After semi-finals round, 2 participants were selected for finale round, who were Ojashni Ojha, Ramjas College, University of Delhi, team code DEP 36, and second, Yashashni Shukla, Sunbeam Women's College, Varanasi, team code DEP 41. Final round were adjudicated by Mr. Bharat Chugh, partner, Luthra and Luthra partners, and former judge. Second, Mr. Bhumesh Verma, managing partner of Court Form Legal. The special prize is sponsored by Ms. Purvi M. Jain, Legal Associate, Ketan and Company, Bengaluru, on content submission. A strong argument whether for the motion or against the motion on the theme of debate. 2 strong and common arguments were derived from the debate are: first argument, health is the main basic element for India and whole world, so free testing of COVID-19 is justified. And second argument was India is facing hardship during lockdown. In this, it is very difficult for India to conduct free testing of COVID-19 of 1.3 billion people, in which majority of people are capable to pay. So free testing of COVID-19 is not justified. There is a great contribution of in charge Department of Law, Dr. Nishant Joshi, and our faculty co-coordinator, Mr. Kamlesh Jain, Mr. Jalas Sarmandal, Mr. Nakul Singh Chauhan, Mr. Rahul Nima, Mr. Arjit Pandey, and Mr. Vijay Sekhar. Without their contribution, the event would not be held successfully. The event was successfully ended by a valedictory ceremony in which chief guest Mr. Bharat Chugh, partner Luthra and Luthra, and former judge addressed our participants, and adjudicator Mr. Pavan Rele, Advocate Supreme Court of India, and Ms. Purvi M. Jain, Legal Associate at Ketan and Company, Advocate Abhinav Garg, partner the Legit I Law Firm, Delhi, delivered their views. We extend our gratitude to our sponsors, JMVD Legal Indore, Atharva Legal LLP Delhi, All India Law Student Federation, Delhi, NIEV Judicial Academy, Delhi, Miss Purvi M. Jain, Ketan and Company, Bengaluru, Memo Pandit, who generously contributed to make this event successful. Our knowledge partner in this national debate competition was Management Commercial Corp from Legal Delhi, coordinated by Advocate Bhumesh Barmaji. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for such detailed event report. And now the most awaited moment is to announce the winners of Padma Shri Dr. N. Jain National Debate Competition 2020. For this, I would like to invite Dr. Nishant Joshi, in charge, Department of Law, PIMR, to announce results, followed by vote of thanks by him. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Deepa. It is one of the most difficult jobs after being there in couple of sessions and hosting a couple of them. And I must agree to Advocate Bharat's view. It was really very difficult to actually judge whether somebody is good than the other one. The views were strongly put. The packaging was extremely well. But end of the day, somebody has to be a winner in a competition. So starting from the runner-ups for the event, the runner-up for the debate competition is Yashaswini Shukla, team code DEP 41, Sunbeam College, Varanasi. She has scored 151 marks out of 200. And I must tell you, it was a cracker of an event, because the difference between the runner-up and the winner is very small. So the winner is Ojaswini Ojha, team code DEP 36. Score was 153 marks out of 200, and she is from Ramjas College, Delhi University. Congratulations to both of them. We had a very special prize sponsored by Miss Purvi and Jain from Ketan and Ketan, Bengaluru. It was based on the written submissions. So 26 written submissions were received, scrutinized and forwarded. And the result for the written submission is, the winner for the written submission round is Sanya Ravlani, DEP 14, Maharashtra Institute of Technology, World Peace University, School of Law, Pune. I think the detailed report presented by Shubhank just leaves one thing from me, and that is thank you to everyone who has spared their time. Thank you to the sponsors who have given us generous contributions to do this event and support us. Thank you to all the faculties and students and the participating institutions. Thank you so much to the management that they showed complete confidence on us that we could run this show online in such a manner. Thank you so much. I would just want Dr. Anil Bajpai, CEO of Prestige University Project, to actually give his views. He for us is an independent reviewer of the whole event. Sir.
Yes. Thank you, Dr. Nishant. My first and foremost observation, after having viewed some of the YouTube clips on the various rounds, was that it was a debate of very high caliber. I think the judges have done a wonderful job by choosing the best. I happened to go through all the rounds, and I found that the best people actually made it to the top. The other observation, my entire life, I have seen lawyers, advocates, white-haired gentlemen in those black coats and long robes. And here was a very pleasant surprise to see three very young, very energetic, and very, what should I say, bright and articulate, extremely erudite and knowledgeable about their subjects. And I just wish that all the participants from the way of judgments and adjudications should continue to give their support, give their help whenever they have the spare time and whenever we call for them. I hope we will keep in touch and keep the relationship going strong and strong. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. And in the meantime, that Dr. Vajpayee delivered his final comments, we have transferred the winners and runner-ups prize money to their respective designated bank accounts. So University, who's the winner of this competition, wins rupees 2,000 cash prize, and Miss Yashaswi Shukla of Sunbeam College, Varanasi, who's the runner-up of this event, wins a 1,000 rupee cash prize, and both of them have been transferred to their bank accounts via digital transfer. Sanya Revlani of Maharashtra Institute of Technology, World Peace University School of Law, Pune, has won a 1,000 rupee cash prize for being adjudged as the best write-up presented to Ms. Purvi Jain of Khaitan and Khaitan, Bengaluru. Your money will be transferred within a couple of seconds. Thank you everyone for joining us on this valedictory session of the two-day Padma Shri Dr. N.N. Jain National Debate Competition. With folded hands, I bid you namaskar and thank you so much. Jai Hind.
Just one small point. I'm really sorry, but the content was it was so difficult for me to kind of single out that one participant. But Mr. Pawan Rede was really helpful, and I think I must thank him for giving all the inputs that he could give me, and I think that really helped choose the best one. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, all of you. Thank you so much. So we are ending the valedictory session, and I have already bid Jai Hind to everybody.